On this video we're taking a look at our NHL Parlay for the games that are happening on Monday, March 28, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Washington Capitals vs Carolina Hurricanes. Hurricanes win. And here is why. The Carolina Hurricanes are averaging 3.3 goals per game and are scoring on 34% of their power play opportunities. Sebastian Aho leads Carolina with 28 goals, Teuvo Teravainen has 35 assists, and Andrei Svechnikov has 208 shots on goal. Defensively, the Carolina Hurricanes are allowing 2.4 goals per game and are killing 89.4% of their opponents' power plays. Frederik Andersen has allowed 90 goals on 1,223 shots faced, and Antti Raanta has allowed 43 goals on 531 goals. The Hurricanes come storming into the nation's capital off of a blowout victory against the Blues in St. Louis Saturday night. Meanwhile, the Caps squeaked out a close win against a much weaker Devils team. While Washington was and will remain at home for about a week, Carolina brings a much more complete team into town. They've been holding their first place spot in the Metro Division, while the Caps have been concerned about just making the playoffs. The Hurricanes have been atop the standings in large part due to their NHL best goaltending, 2.37 goals allowed per game, while also maintaining a spot in the top 10 in goal scoring, 3.31 goals scored per game. The Caps are certainly a playoff caliber team, but still sit behind Carolina in both of those metrics and have shown to be very streaky this season. Worse yet is they've had their lackluster performances at home. Shortly after the All-Star break, they had a rough 6-game home losing skid. Within those home losses were games against much weaker competition in the Senators, Blue Jackets, and Sharks. The Hurricanes bring 2 complete lines other teams would consider perfection lines, led by the likes of Andrei Svechnikov, Sebastian Aho, and Teuvo Teravainen. The Caps have one of the great goal scorers of all time in Alex Ovechkin, but in totality, Carolina's roster should outlast Washington. Louis Blues vs Vancouver Canucks. Blues win. And here is why. The Vancouver Canucks will try to find some consistency after alternating wins and losses in each of their last 4 games, following a 4-1 loss at the hands of the Dallas Stars in their last game. JT Miller leads the Canucks in scoring with 80 points, including a team-high 28 goals and 52 assists, while Quinn Hughes has 53 points with 48 assists. Conor Garland also has 14 goals this season with a total of 34 points, and Luke Schenn has a team best plus 13 plus-minus. Bo Horvitz also added 44 points with 26 goals of his own, and Elias Pettersson has 47 points with 20 goals and 27 assists for Vancouver this year. Thatcher Demko's seen the majority of action between the pipes for the Canucks, going 28-19-5 with a 2.66 GAA and a .917 save percentage this season. St. Louis was left singing the blues Saturday night after Carolina came into town and gave them a stomping. They've been able to remain at home, which is a positive for them as they boast a 29-4 record in St. Louis this season. The Blues also have the veteran leadership of Vladimir Tarasenko and Pavel Buchnevich to lead the team to a bounce-back game against the Canucks. Vancouver has been far from their Canadian homeland for over a week now and were just overtaken by the Golden Knights for 4th in the division. While the Canucks have performed above expectations this season, they've also had their fair share of rough moments. The St. Louis Blues could use a win after losing back-to-back games and 5 of their last 6 after a 7-2 loss at the hands of the Carolina Hurricanes last time out. Vladimir Tarasenko has 55 points with 21 goals and 34 assists, while Jordan Kyrou has a team-high 62 points with 22 goals and 40 assists. Pavel Buchnevich has 50 points with 21 goals and 29 assists, and Ivan Barbashev has 44 points, logging 19 goals. Robert Thomas also has 38 assists as well this season. Jordan Binnington's seen the bulk of St. Louis's action in goal, going 13-13-4 with a 3.14 GAA and an .901 save percentage, while Ville Husso is 16-6-4 with a 2.43 GAA and a .922 save percentage this season. Vancouver has just one skater above the coveted point per game mark in JT Miller, and the only talks regarding him were what the team could get for him in a trade until the deadline hit. Meanwhile, the Blues are a tough physical team with the aforementioned veterans, as well as young stars like Jordan Kyrou. They added a guy like Buchnevich from the Rangers this offseason for this exact time of year. St. Louis needs to make this playoff push to remain ahead of the chasing Predators and attempt to catch up to the Wild. Vancouver may have one great individual point scorer, but the abundance of consistent scorers of the Blues should prove best in the end. Our third parlay pick is Edmonton Oilers vs Arizona Coyotes. Oilers minus 1.5 goals. And here is why. The Arizona Coyotes come into this one on the back-to-back, taking on the Winnipeg Jets on Sunday. Heading into the matchup with the Jets, Clayton Keller leads the Coyotes with 62 points, logging a team-high 27 goals and 35 assists, while Shane Gostisbehere has 30 assists as part of his 40 points this season. Nick Schmaltz has 44 points with 19 goals and 25 assists, and Phil Kessel also has 39 points with 32 assists, while Lawson Crouse has 20 goals and Travis Boyd has 12 goals on the year. Karel Vejmelka has seen the majority of the action in goal for Arizona, going 10-25-1 with a 3.39 GAA and a .904 save percentage this season. Edmonton will look forward to getting back home for this game, as they have dropped 3 of their last 4, all losses that were on the road. The Oilers have won their last 6 straight home games and have beat the Coyotes in both head-to-head matchups this season. Edmonton beat Arizona by scores of 5-1 and 5-3, covering both spreads somewhat comfortably. In those games they outshot Arizona combined 75-55 and were nearly perfect on power play and penalty kill. Edmonton does not have good goal prevention numbers, but they are still better than that of Arizona. The Oilers have the statistical advantage nearly across the board. They present an overall bad matchup for the Coyotes as already proven twice this season. Just because Arizona draws an unfavorable match does not mean they'll just roll over. The Coyotes have played spoiler a few times against teams they had no business beating or at least covering the spread against. But as of Sunday, they have not covered in 4 straight games. The Oilers are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 home games and have covered 6 of their last 10 games. Edmonton is playing well at home lately and they have a chance to continue moving up in the standings. They are led by 2 of the best players in the world and have outscored Arizona 10-4 this season. Arizona can be pesky, but Edmonton should take care of them in this game. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you the user or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.